Today's show is sponsored by the multiorgasmicmama.com. If lack of confidence, low libido, or guilt and shame around your sexuality are the cause of your bedroom woes, the hot wild sex you never have anymore, or the transition into motherhood that sucked your libido dry, let me help you get your mojo and magnetic feminine spark back. Magic, miracles, total self-love, and multi-orgasmic bliss included. See you at themultiorgasmicmama.com. Welcome back, lovelies. So excited to share with you today's episode all about the sacral chakra and whether or not it needs healing. So let's get one thing straight, y'all. I am a pretty spiritual and energetically sensitive person, but when it comes to crystals and chakras and energy healing and Reiki type stuff, I'm going to be honest with you, and I'm going to tell you that I have never believed in that sort of stuff to actually transform people's lives. Okay? And since transforming people's lives is what I'm in the business of doing, and how they relate to their sexuality and their bodies in particular, I just don't understand why people use crystals or go see energy healers or even go to a counselor with the hope that it's going to heal their relationship with sex and their body, because those things aren't designed to do that. Well, maybe you have an amazing counselor, but chances are that they are not qualified to dive into your issues around sexuality, but at least not crystals or energy healing is going to transform your relationship with sexuality or your body, okay? I am not discounting these modalities of healing. I am not discounting crystals and energy healers if you totally believe in that thing, because I do believe that there is a place for that. It helps people to wake up to and to become aware of where they might need deeper work in. But crystals and energy work, it ain't gonna cut it if you actually want to change your fucking life, lady. All right, that's not what crystals and energy healing is about. It's just about you starting to understand and wake up to what's not working. So let's talk about what chakras are and knowing about your energy body and how that can actually inform you and help you wake up to what's not working in your life and what the blocks and obstacles might be present there that are keeping you from feeling fully alive and letting life flow through you and feeling more joy and pleasure in your life. Because when you're aware of what's not working, then you can carve out a plan to change it. So again, the chakras, energy, all of that sort of stuff, it's not a modality of healing to transform your life, but it is a modality of healing to help you wake up to where you might need transformation in. Does that make sense? Okay, I hope so. Cool. So let's talk about the chakras for a second. So chakras come from the tantric tradition, which was found in India 1500 to 2000 years ago. And the tantrics were a very mystical sect of Buddhist and Hindu people who were very much interested in awakening and everyday liberation and experiencing consciousness in everything. And they defined parts of the body that when these parts were blocked would create an imbalance in life, but when activated and open, then life energy could flow freely through your body and connect you with the divine. So this energy system was defined as a chakra system, and there were 7 energy centers in the tantric tradition that were very important to understand and to be aware of. So there's a couple of ways that the chakras could be showing up in your body. They can either be open, they can be closed, or they can be blown wide open and too open. And ideally, we want them to be open, but not blown open. So the chakra that's most relevant to my work is probably not surprisingly the sacral chakra, the second chakra. The Sanskrit word for it is Svadhisthana. And this one you might see depicted by the color orange. And just so you know, the colors of the chakras are a totally new age thing. And that was never a part of the chakra system until in the 1900s sometime. So that's a totally new development of the chakras is the color. So the color that you'll see associated with now is usually orange. So this chakra has everything to do with pleasure and joy. And now you might see why my work is so relatable to this. So when your basic needs are being met from your root chakra, So the root chakra is all about money, about, being able to meet your basic needs, even about sex, but not like the pleasure part of sex. It's about just survival, like, right? Warrior type energy is and the root chakra. But the sacral chakra is all about pleasure and joy. And when your basic needs are being met from the root and life is happening, it's really the point and the purpose of life to be able to enjoy it. And that's where the sacral chakra comes into play. Have you ever met a person that's really friendly and who's super open to everything happening around them? They're just the most wonderful people to be around, and they have a strong sense of joy and radiance about them. Then you've probably met someone with a balanced and open sacral chakra. And people with balanced and open sacral chakras tend to attract very healthy relationships where they feel safe being intimate and vulnerable with others. They experience passion and lots of turn on and desire for their romantic partners, and they feel really juicy and alive inside. So just from hearing that description, it's probably pretty safe to say that you don't need an energy healer or a freaking crystal spinning in front of you to tell if you have a balanced and open sacral chakra, right? If life isn't full of joy and pleasure for you, then you probably have a closed sacral chakra and you're experiencing more of the following instead. Okay, when it's closed, you lack desire. You lack sexual desire. You lack desire for things in general. Like, it's just not there. You can't. Have you ever met a guy that just, they don't care? They don't ever reach out. They don't initiate anything. And you're like, oh, but he's such a wonderful person. But he just never reaches out, and he never, there's like nothing to it. That's the lack of desire that I'm talking about. So it could be a lack of sexual desire. It could just be a lack of like oomph or like energy behind a person. And so another sign of your sacral chakra being closed is that you just don't have any energy. You have low energy. Another one is that you don't express much emotion. So if you don't know how to handle your emotional territory, if you don't know what to do with your emotions, so you just stuff them down, this can be a sign of a closed sacral chakra, is that you're just kind of blah. You're just kind of there. Another sign is that you experience a lot of guilt and shame and unworthiness or any other repressive emotion around pleasure, fun, turn on, sex, and orgasm. So if you feel guilt, shame, or unworthiness or any other repressive emotion around those things, your sacral chakra is probably pretty close. Another sign is that your life is way too routine, dull, and boring, and you're just going through the motions. Not much is happening for you. You are waking up every morning and just going about your life, and nothing exciting is happening. Another sign is that you feel creatively blocked and uninspired. If you are a business owner, not good. Not good for you, babe. Being creatively blocked and uninspired is definitely not going to help you in your business. Definitely not going to help you, even if you have a job, like a normal job. Just being blocked and uninspired is freaking dull, man. Another sign is that there's no real joy, fun, or excitement in your life. You don't put yourself out there or try new things, and you're always playing it safe. You're like too shy and timid. You feel timid, you feel withdrawn, you feel disconnected, and you don't engage people hardly ever. Okay, when you're just like a homebody all the time, and I don't want to talk about the introvert extrovert business. That stuff kind of drives me nuts sometimes, but you don't engage people. Even if you are an introvert, you still engage people if you have a healthy, balanced life. Okay, so if you're just not engaging people at all, you can say, well, it's because I'm an introvert. No, humans need connection. So if that's not happening, then that's a sign that your sacral chakra is closed. And you also might come off as cold or insensitive when you do talk to and engage other people. And the last sign that I'm going to tell you about that your sacral chakra is closed is that you just lack self-worth, you lack self-esteem, and you lack confidence. So basically, a closed sacral chakra is just plain no fun. No fun. Now, a blown open sacral chakra will look like having addictive tendencies. Okay, so if you are a sex addict or you watch porn and you have to watch porn to get off, if you use alcohol and drugs way too much, if you're super irresponsible with your life, with your money, you're sexually irresponsible, if you focus too much on your own pleasure and give no regard to your romantic partner's pleasure, that's a sign that your sacral chakra is blown open and it's off balance. So no one wants a closed or blown open sacral chakra, but the truth is that most people these days have one. That's because we don't prioritize pleasure, fun, and joy in this society at all. But when we do have pleasure and fun and we experience joy, it's like we're so starved of all of that we go completely overboard with it. So most people are just barely making it, right? They're super stressed out. They're disconnected from nature. They're living sedentary lives, sitting on a freaking computer screen all day and not actually working out, not moving their body as much as they should. And they haven't healed from past sexual or relationship trauma, which is a big reason that your sacral chakra might be closed. So life is just freaking blah. And these people might end up partying too much as a means to cope with the lack of pleasure and fun in everyday life, or because they need a way to escape from the undealt with trauma. Okay. But when your sacral chakra is open and healthy, but not blown open, you're going to feel more joyful and inspired for the first time in a really long time. You're going to feel more turned on with your life. You're going to have more desire. You're going to experience sex in a way that feels energizing and fun and not draining and like a chore or to do. You're going to feel more worthy and deserving of having what you want. You're going to have more energy and feel more alive inside. You'll feel more emotionally stable and compassionate. You'll know what to do with super strong emotions. You'll find that life changes are easier to navigate. So you can handle life changes and it not just like completely ruin your life in the process of the change, right? So maybe you're going through a big life transition. You're moving, you're getting divorced, you're having a baby. These big life changes are going to be easier to navigate when you have a healthy, balanced, activated sacral chakra. You'll feel more inspired and creative in your life, taking that business to the next friggin' level because you've got so many awesome creative ideas. You're going to feel more confident and you're going to attract healthy relationships. So now I want to ask you, do you feel like your sacral chakra needs healing? Do you find that it's blown open? Do you find that it's closed? Or maybe it's just right where you want it to be. And that's freaking awesome. But chances are, if you're listening to the podcast, you're probably one of the first two. It's either closed or it's blown open. And I just want you to know that there are many ways to heal your sacral chakra to bring it back into balance. And the good news is I'm going to be telling you all about the different ways that you can heal your sacral chakra at my sacral chakra activation party happening on September 3rd, 2019 at 1:30 p.m. Central Standard Time. That's right, baby. I am hosting a free online party in my secret Facebook group, the Secret Sexy Hangout, and we're going to do some sacral chakra healing and get that shit activated. And don't be surprised if we start off with a 10-minute dance party and maybe even have a dance party halfway through, because guess what? The number one way to activate and heal your sacral chakra is dance. Get my dance on. Oh yeah, oh yeah. So you better believe we're gonna dance. And if that sounds like fun to you, I would love for you to join us by signing up with your name and your email at themultiorgasmicmama.com. Mama is spelled M-A-M-A. And if you already get my emails, you don't need to do anything. I am going to be sending you an email with all of the details to join in the party. But if you are not currently getting my emails, I want you to go, and you've signed up before, please go check your spam and promotions folder because they often get in there. And if you have never signed up for my emails, then you'll need to go do so at the website, themultiorgasmicmama.com. The more people, the merrier. So invite your friends, invite your besties, invite anybody that you know that could use some sacral chakra activation. All right, love, I can't wait to get this party started, and I will see you on September 3rd. Bye.